GE's digital transformation is really about how we transform from a 130-year-old heavy industrial manufacturing company to what we call a digital industrial company.
We have one of the most exciting support jobs in the world. The kind of support that we're delivering really matters. And so we've got to do our job well. We've got to do our job right.
In GE, we're transforming how we provide customer service. We're going to go from 95 systems, and we need to figure out how to go to one. And what's really exciting is that we've chosen ServiceNow as our partner to go with us on that transformation journey. GE selected ServiceNow for a few key reasons. Number one, the platform had the capabilities we were looking for. More importantly, they showed up as partners. And that willingness to partner with us on the future was a key differentiator for the team. Predix is GE's answer for an industrial IoT platform at scale. It has the ability to use big data and analytics in combination with machinery and equipment health information to really deliver enhanced operating outcomes for our customers.
So much about the new customer engagement model moves us away from, I have a set of assets with software on it, and I have to make sure it's always working. And into, not only do I have to make sure it's working, I have to continue to make them better.
The power of automation, the power of data and analytics takes us beyond just fixing passwords. We really start to work on the things that our teams are passionate and trained to do.
All of our industry benchmarking tells us that if we can drive to 10% self-serve, it's worth millions and millions in dollars of productivity. Not only does that provide a more delightful customer experience, but a better business outcome. Everybody wins.
Please welcome back Dave Schneider and Vice President and General Manager, Global Support for GE Digital, Ashley Haynes-Gasper.
There goes the stairs.
So the description was dynamic, not
Yes.
klutzy. So
Well,
we're
you
just
know.
gonna,
It's the shoes. I wore my ninja shoes today.
it's good. Let's go attack this.
Okay.
Anyways, I want to just say thank you for being here. And the transformation that GE is on is one that I've been witnessing a little bit from afar and now up close personally.
Yep.
And you can just give some insight into what's really driving this and what the impact is for GE to make this transformation.
I'd be delighted to. You know, I have been with GE for about 20 years. I started when I was 12, for those of you that are trying to do the math. And it is an incredibly exciting time for us in our company. As John mentioned, we are transforming from an industrial company to a digital industrial company. And what that really means is we want to optimize our customers' physical operations through physical science, data, and advanced analytics. We at GE also believe that there is $8.6 trillion in productivity that will be unleashed.
Say a trillion?
Yeah, it always takes a trillion to get people to sit forward in their seats.
I feel like I should be Dr. Evil right now.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
But $8.6 trillion, and that's a lot of productivity over the next decade. And I know that global support has to show up differently in order to be able to enable those outcomes for our customers. So those of you that may be customers of GE in the room, that have worked with us in the past, you know that we are very vertically organized. And the change that we're embarking on is to really embrace the horizontals. So a customer may have historically purchased software from 4 or 5 different units. That might have been a different support and maintenance agreement, a different 1-800 my stuff is broken, a different process, a different experience. And we're really kind of channeling our inner U2 and our inner Bono, and we are just about one. It is one journey, one experience, one set of tools, one set of processes to drive top-line margin and profit.
So for those of us who spent a lot of time in IT,
Yeah.
it seems like that's a very similar story to how many of our customers have tried to consolidate into one system to manage their world and be responsive to technology, alerting, and giving us better information.
Yeah.
Predix is doing that at huge scale. And then you're being able to take that information in and be actionable about it impacting the customers. It's truly going to be incredible.
It is. You know, we're really excited about Predix. We believe that it helps our customers drive increased operating uptime and efficiency. And I will tell you that the role that ServiceNow is playing for us is really about two things. The first is about automation. I know that if I can drive 10% of self-serve or case deflection, that is worth tens of millions of dollars for me a year, let alone the 40% that John referenced in his opener. The other thing that I will tell you about customer support is that we're touching our customers 15 to 20 times more than the average salesperson. And we know that selling doesn't help, but helping sells. And there is a tremendous commercial engine that can be unlocked with the power and the analytics that we're in partnership developing together to put in the hands of our agents.
It's going to be. So I want to make sure I want to complete the loop. So you're thinking about self-help, the way, again, IT, HR, call deflection, really important to get people efficient, knowledge bases. And then my understanding is people can actually log into the system, understand the health of their environments, and the agents will be aware of the situations as or before the customers are going to call in.
That's exactly right. So this is not just about transforming a customer experience, which today, among my 15,000 friends in the room, can be a little reactive. It's about this journey to predictive and how we're going to use ServiceNow to unlock that productivity, not only for our customers so they know that we have them, but also for our agents. You know, when they have one dashboard that talks about the health of that customer, how many cases they've had historically, what their history of escalations are, it helps us show up in more helpful ways, which is part of our transformation and journey in delivering those outcomes for customers.
So I'd be remiss to say, what was the role of IT in helping you, who's running this unified customer service experience, in driving both the awareness of a service management approach and then, you know, linking it together?
Yeah, like IT and customer success are going to be like the new besties. This is like, you heard it here first. And I think what IT brings to the table is a real focus on business process, innovation, and continuous improvement. And they live at this intersection of the interconnectedness and interdependency of everything. And they have very, very deep pockets and rich insights around business and operations from a data perspective. When you think about the partnership with a function like customer success and customer support, we have exceptionally deep pockets and different sets of data, which is really around that customer's experience and what drives their profitability and their uptime. So when I think about this magic and this pairing between our two teams, number one, not only do we need to leverage all of the CIOs in the room who have been on this journey from an ITSM perspective to help us go, but bringing our respective experiences and insights together helps unlock net new value for our customers and net new service streams for our companies, and that's a great proposition.
So that partnership between IT and the stovepipes that John described, really kind of understand the use case and the need and making sure the technology mapped to that, which is really, I think, the way to be relevant for everybody in the room. You know, I'd be remiss without actually commenting on a couple things. So John mentioned he has one daughter. I have two.
Yep.
Right. So, and my girls go to a school where they're learning computer science in 7th grade, which is phenomenal because we're trying to prepare them for the next generation. GE is doing some amazing things to really drive an initiative. Can you tell me about the 2020 program and what's going on there?
I'd be delighted to. I have such a deep heart space for women in technology and for girls in technology. And when we look at the tech giants, the workplace is only comprised of about 17 to 24% female. And we can do better. Yep. And GE's committed to doing better. So what we have said is that we will have 20,000 women in technology by 2020. And our entry-level development programs will be 50-50 women. Can I get an amen from all the ladies in the room? Yeah.
How about an amen for all the men in the room? I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So 20,000 20,000 technology women at GE by 2020. Entry-level programs, and you're doing even more than that because we've also shared a little bit of this story. Please let us know.
Yeah. So the funnel is absolutely about 2020, but for me, it starts before then, and all the data says girls lose interest in STEM in middle school. So what we've done, I lead the Women's Network for the Western region of the United States for GE, is we've activated at the local level. And we have developed a series of events in a box. Be my parting gift to everyone in the room if you want to figure out how to activate in your communities. But basically what it is you invite middle school girls in for the day. Our number is 75. And they engage in reimagining a smart zoo. So they start with design thinking, they do persona and empathy-based design, you know, a monkey that's lonely, a tiger that's not getting enough exercise. They imagine how software might help solve those issues, and then by the end of the day, they're actually slinging some code, some Scratch on a Raspberry Pi, and coming out of it, they learn the value and process of empathy. They learn the value and process of iteration, and that failure is okay because you try again. And we see these little girls come in, leave with coding skills, but more importantly, leave with swagger. And that's just so important and so critical.
It is, and I know in our workplace, we did a kids coding clinic actually taught by members of our community, actually their children, teaching other children how to code.
Yeah.
The power of watching them come together to solve problems, that just joy of doing it. And I know that also the confidence of my daughters, now knowing computer science and being able to program and be able to take that into their lives going forward is going to really give them a lot. And you know, most of us may not have picked up coding early enough. I think doing it in middle school sounds like a great idea. So,
and you know what that makes you in my book?
Uh-oh.
You're a first-class man-ambassador.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you know Ashley at all, you know that I just got off really easy. So that's all good. But you know, we're really excited, and the people here can take it back to their schools, their church groups, other community events, and really do stuff with it, which is phenomenal.
Yep.
So, you know, we're reimagining and trying to be more effective at getting work done at GE. And I think it would be fun if we brought one of our members from the Inspire team, Jake, up here to actually show some of the things that we're doing with Service Portal to try to give a different experience for the customer service team that's going to be working on the projects with GE. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely. I would love that.
So, Jake. So you guys all probably thought you were going to get away without seeing product today, right? Was that some part of your goal? No. So we thought it'd be fun for Jake to be able to show a new dashboard or a new way that people could work. And what he's showing is actually applicable not just in the customer service world, but for IT service management, HR service management. So Jake, why don't you take a couple minutes and give us a little background.
Thank you, Dave. So first, ServiceNow has partnered with GE Digital Global Support to create this engaging experience for both agents and customers. So I'd like to show you the agent experience and really a preview of things to come.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay.
So this screen doesn't look like my old historical ServiceNow. I don't see that big drop-down stuff on the side. Tell me what's going on.
You're right, Dave. So we use the Service Portal technology with customer service to really create this engaging, personalized experience for the agent. It's important for the customer, but it's also important for our employees. So they have the insights and information they need to get work done. Let me show you.
Great.
So first, on the left, they have their work and their cases right at their fingertips. And on the bottom, their queues and their activity. And in the center, they have clear visibility into their customers and how those customers are doing and the software services those customers rely on. They have that connected view into performance and availability. They don't have to reach out to you and ping operations to say, hey, where's this thing? Or go dig into information in other systems. It's right there. These are the sort of insights, Dave, that we've enabled.
So I'm actually curious, from your perspective, when you're going from 90+ systems to one, what's the day in the life like going to be now for your customer service people, and what's the goal here on efficiency?
Well, it'll be a hell of a lot easier for sure, because what this provides is really a single source of truth for what our customers are experiencing and where they are in the journey with us. And what's really incredible about what Jake has shown here on the screen is that they have a one-stop shop that really helps them understand where a customer is at in their journey with us and the experience that they're having, so that when they call, we're not having to ask those questions.
Makes sense.
That's great. And you know, it's not a demo if we don't have some sort of technical problem. So, you know, what we're trying to do here is simulate a problem. It's not happening.
Well, you know, it's ServiceNow. Sometimes it just waits a second. Sorry, that was a performance joke.
Oh my gosh,
oh,
look.
Hey, there it is. So, you know, Jake, one of the things I noticed is the screen just changed, so give us some insight.
You're right, it's funny you mentioned that. I didn't set it up at all. Let me tell you what's going on. So first, it looks like one of the services is having an issue. And there's 5 customers impacted. And as we wait for technology to keep coming up, I'm just going to keep trying to roll with this so you can see that service, I have that performance and availability information, we're not trending in the right direction anymore. So if I click on the service, from an operations perspective, my agent can get right into the details. They get that Service 360 view. I have the information from engineering. Is there a patch available? Is there a release coming up, a change planned? They have all of that activity and information to do their job, things that I might get a call about as an agent. I have, say, standard operating procedures, my technical information letter. And at the top, you'll see I have some performance degradation with this service. It's going in the wrong direction. I also have a probability of failure. The system's telling me, hey, I have all this connected insight. I can tell you something's going to happen. So we've proactively notified the customers, created cases for them, and now the agent has that information before the customer calls in. Let's go into the case and look at some more details. Now, I'm going to pause for just a moment. Now, some of you may have noticed, but we're using the service portal here, the service portal technology with customer service. The agent can actually work on more than one thing at a time, more than one active case. So Dave, did you notice at the top?
I saw something.
There's some tabs.
That's pretty cool. Who else wanted tabs for a long time? I think that's pretty awesome, so thank you.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, back to your reality.
Yeah.
You know, when you have this kind of experience for your employees, the goal is really to be, one of the things he said is, the agent already, or the customer's bringing this in, the agent was already aware of the issue.
Yep.
That's a pretty different experience for me, at least, when I've been when I've made customer service phone calls.
Yeah. So what's really special about what Jake and the team are showing here is a few things. I think number one, it helps us move from reactive to proactive and then ultimately to predictive, which is where the name of the game is. I think the other thing that I would say is that this is a silo buster for us. You know, when you're in the software business, a customer may call with an issue, and our desire is one-touch resolution, right? Because that's a delightful customer experience. But the reality is, sometimes we have to work with engineering, sometimes we have to work with product management. Much to the message that John was delivering, we're cutting across stacks. And what this gives us the availability to do is to really understand what that customer's experience is, get very quickly to what that root cause is, and then in a transparent way, understand where we are in solving that customer issue so that they don't feel like it's hot potato and being thrown over the wall, but they feel that continuity in service and that we are there for them and we have their back in getting them back online and operating.
Yeah, you know, the thing that's great, I know that we use ServiceNow to do this ourselves, and being able to find root cause,
Yep.
right? Being able to take that issue, get back to root cause, tell the customer that there may be a patch or an issue, opportunity to fix, is really empowering for everybody.
That's exactly right.
Thanks, Dave. You know, and that's a great setup for my next segue. So I'm going to show you a couple more things, and then I'll get out of your way.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So you'll notice at the very top, sorry, let's go back. This technology thing is throwing me for a loop. There's a few visual indicators. I've got a visibility of the timeline. How long has this case been open? How long do I have to respond? And now, at the bottom, I have two things I want to highlight. First, I have related cases. The customer service agent can work on more than one customer at the same time and proactively notify them. So the system created that case. The agent also has this thing called a solution found, this little helper to say, hey, we have these insights into engineering, into operations. I know there's a known error related to this issue. There's a patch already available, and there's this change scheduled for tonight. I can say with confidence, I can attach this solution, notify those customers all at the same time, and let them know that GE Digital Global Support is on that case. So the agent has this very personalized experience, connected view into operations, and they have the tools they need to provide this proactive, world-class support. What do you think, Dave? Ashley?
I'll tell you what I love about this. What I love about this is it takes our support function, which typically has been a backroom operation, that, you know, they're tough jobs. These agent jobs are really, really tough experiences. And it helps us transform to be more front room oriented, where we are part of delivering that outcome for customers. We are part of driving that adoption and the renewal and the expansion with the accounts. And with that, that makes us part of the growth function for GE, and having ServiceNow as partners with us in that is pretty awesome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for helping us.
Yep.
Very much. Sorry about the technical issues.
Thanks, Jake.
So one of the things is, you know, one of the things, John, you mentioned this when in the opening remarks about what Fred's vision of the company was, transforming, you know, and making workflow through the enterprise. The other thing that you said, which was so important, is how we partner with customers to actually build solutions, to take their ideas, reflect them in the product, iterate, show back, iterate again, and then be committed to that outcome. And I really appreciate GE's partnership with us in helping to think through customer service in new ways and deliver this great experience for you.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
And Ashley, I love your leadership driving GE to be the digital industrial company of the future, and also love your leadership on women's issues.
Oh, thank you very much.
And tomorrow, as you know, we're going to be having a Women in Technology lunch. It's an issue I personally care about, and I'll be moderating that, and we'll have a representative from GE and other leading companies. So I encourage any of you that want to join. It's at noon tomorrow, and not just women. Let's have men.
Yep.
It's an important opportunity we need to tackle together. So how about a big round of applause for Ashley? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.